Most High. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Hey everybody, it's me, True Powers Mine, and this is TPIM SR Live. Today I was wanting to go to a new direction. I was trying to, believe it or not, folks, plan out a show and kind of do it like that. But no, I'm going to stick to the original script, and that is no script at all, and totally be moved by the Spirit. And this is where I moved to. Don't let the holiday season get you down, brother or sister. I mean, we're going to talk about the political stuff. We'll talk about the alien stuff. We'll talk about the secret society stuff. Brother Marty, peace and power. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know when you sent that message, but I just received it today. And that's when I wrote you back a few minutes ago. In meditation, it came through. The effect that we have on one another, folks, is powerful stuff. It could be negative or it could be positive. It could be uplifting or it could be oppressing. I'm just so thankful and humble. How they say on YouTube, one must find their niche. I found more than just a niche. I found a true calling. I found a true reason. Sister Kathy, peace and power. You know, I want to do something real quick. Just in case. Have a couple more mods, just in case, that way, especially during the holiday season. Because I'm going to try to get back into the groove of things, y'all. I'm going to try to get back into bringing you this information you need on a consistent basis. We have to soldier on. We are still here. We are still alive. And we have many more challenges to overcome. Brother David, peace and power. So let's get into it. Heartbreaking day. Slain Detroit officer was a hero. Suspected gunman wanted suicide by cop. Death is definitely waiting for each and every one of us. But wouldn't it be nice to get some victories before you become history? Don't ever give up the fight. It gets hard out here. It gets cold out here in the winter. It gets hot out here in the summer. Hunger still remains the same. But this is a gift. Life is a gift. Don't let somebody else grab your gift. Don't let them unwrap it. Don't let them play with your gift. Don't let them destroy your gift, break it. It's your gift. You protect it at all costs. Especially you young brothers and sisters. Now, one of you know the future for real. Sometimes the most horrendous of tragedies or a setback is just a change of direction for you. That's all it is. And you, little brother, or you, little sister, just have to be strong enough to walk in the new direction, baby. That's all. Look back and understand those dark days. Never forget. But be victorious. Don't succumb to it. Don't allow it to drag you down into its state of being. You have freedom of choice. Happiness or sadness truly is a state of mind. Brother Jack, peace and power. Brother Raymond, peace and power. Welcome to the show. So let's hear this little news report, and then we're going to see where the Spirit takes us today.
Officer in Detroit has been shot and killed responding to a home invasion. Investigators say the shooter had broken into his girlfriend's home. He was wounded in a shootout.
Oh, that was okay. That was a sad, utterly sad report there.
It's time for Black Friday at Target.
God, no, I don't know. Mute. Okay, I don't know what that was all about. I had to mute the whole tab there. You know, even old Betsy here. Old Betsy sometimes act up, but she has brought forth a lot of great information, the computer. The chief of police in Detroit said that it was a heartbreaking day for the brave men and women of his department as they mourn the killing of a veteran officer who died while responding to a call Wednesday night. Officer Masheed McLean was a 16-year veteran who was fatally shot in the neck, was a leader who made the ultimate sacrifice, Detroit Police Chief James Craig said at a news conference on Thursday. Absolutely a hero. You see, I want to get a picture of Officer Rashid. So we have a face, you know, for those who don't live in Detroit. So we have a face. There he is. Now, granted, I know some of y'all hate cops. You're like, Drew, you know, he's a fucking cop. He's a pig. Blah, 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 blah. He's a son. He's a cousin. Perhaps even a father. But most important of all, he's your brother in humanity. Now, I know, brothers and sisters, the political game sometimes get it really twisted. Sometimes people make such political moves. We tend to not be able to overlook it and just view them in such a negative light that we can never even talk about forgiveness, reconciliation, any of the stuff that's truly a part of victory and moving forward as a people, as a nation, as an individual. But whether you like police officers or even criminals alike, because they're both in this, he or she has some things probably in their life that makes them do things. Whether it's heroic things, being a part of society and contributing good stuff, or being a rogue thing, being a part of society and only contributing like kind of bad stuff. You see, each and every one of us has our own shoes, our boots, or Nikes, or moccasins, or whatever where we have to travel in, and that's our life. I don't know. I don't know what's all in your life to make you get to the point of where you're at. The only thing I know are these universal principles that no matter who or what background you come from, the truth still remains the truth. And on that, we can build a solid foundation for a righteous nation. A nation that upholds laws that all must abide by. Because I'm going to tell you from the heart, I am not about lawlessness. I am not about the strong dominating the weak, because that's what lawlessness ultimately boils down to. Man sees a woman, he likes her, he just takes her. He doesn't try to woo her. He doesn't try to court her. He just uses his physical muscles, and you're mine for tonight. I'm against that. Without laws, you got really intelligent people, and there are people who are immensely intelligent out there. They'll just run psychological games on people. Take their little money, take their little land, take their little property. Without laws, you get a lot of that too, and I'm against that as well. I'm about that righteousness. I'm about that strong man seeing that old frail woman on the side of the road, shaking her head, looking at that flat tire, and you pull your butt over there to the side and you change the tire for her. I'm all about that intelligent brother or sister who sees a not so intelligent individual doing some crazy stuff. Maybe it's financial, physical, whatever. And they use their intellect to talk to this individual and get them from making a mistake. I'm all about that. And I know deep down, each and every human being that's rational is about this as well. If not, we would not be here. It took love, it took understanding, and it took compassion for humanity to reach the point we're at today. And we don't honor those values, and if we don't try to replicate those values in each other and in self, then you know what? Then all the little Rockefeller schemes, all the little aliens outside of the planet, and all the confusion within us from indoctrination and false education is going to win the day. Justin, peace and power. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you made it. You see, folks, last night after Thanksgiving dinner, me and my wife left the kids over there at grandma's house, and we just kind of went out. We went up to Walmart, looked at the little Black Friday sales, and you know what I saw last night? Empty stores. I mean, there was people there, but the stores weren't as full as you would anticipate. Because I have been the chauffeur to some Black Friday missions. Because when people are all in the stores like that, I will take you ladies to the store. I will sit out there in the car and be on my phone. I don't want to deal with that mess up in there. But I didn't see that this time around. I'm telling you, the economic situation's a little more worse than what we're being led to believe. I can't wait till Monday, I guess, when the numbers comes in on sales. We can see what was the true hit. How much of the goods these big box stores have been housing in warehouses all year long, just waiting, because you do realize, boys and girls, this is the time that the retailers are going to make most of, like 70% of their money is going to be made between now and the beginning of next year. This is when careers will be made, stores will stay afloat, and families will continue to get a little money and be fed and live a lifestyle. This is the time. But if you don't have the money to go out there to spend, you just don't have the money to go out there to spend. You see, it's all well and good to live whatever little lifestyle you can live. If you can live the millionaire lifestyle, live it. If you have to live the homeless lifestyle, live it. But whatever lifestyle you live in, remember, it's only temporary. Things flip. Very few of us stay stagnant economically, whether you're down or up. Very few of us maintain that trajectory. And this goes back to that holiday sadness. I know this kind of affects the sisters a little more than the brothers, but nowadays it's getting almost 50-50. If you can't afford a toy for that baby, if you can't do the whole Christmas tree with the lights and all that, don't worry. Give that child knowledge and love. Talk to the baby. Hang out with the child. What? If nothing else, just go for a walk. Share yourself. Share your being. Maybe that's why the universe denied you all these physical things so you can get back to the spiritual thing. You see, you have to start looking at it in a different light. We can't afford any more half-stepping on this, because I don't want to see another young person, middle-aged person, or older person basically commit suicide because they're sad. You see, Sister Kathy, all that money in the bank account can't fulfill your happiness. You know, Brother David, having all the gold in the world truly can't keep you complete. It comes with understanding the reality of being loved by others outside of self, by real people standing on whatever they're standing on, but they choose, they free, not because you're such a great guy. Girl, it's not because you're so beautiful and you cook a mean apple pie. It's because they sincerely elect to love you as a human being. And I'm not talking about that old crazy lust love. I'm just talking about sincere love. Whenever you hold that door open for a lady or a family or something, you're showing them love. Whenever you drive down the street where there's a bunch of kids playing around and you ain't driving down there all crazy and being a danger, you're showing people love. Love can be shown. It can be spoken. It can be demonstrated in other ways as well. Buying gifts, yeah, that's a form of love, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, if we don't start the process of healing ourselves, and I want to sound like the people on the plane, when the thing comes down, you need to put it on yourself first, and then put it on your child or the person next to you. And this is the same thing works with true healing. First, you have to heal yourself. Take a couple of air breaths, breathe a little bit. Then you can turn your attention to helping the one to your left and the one to the right. Make sure you keep an eye on that exit door because you might have to bail. You see, a lot of times we get into trouble because we want to cling on to the old. We in some way, we want to cling on to what we used to have, not willing to grasp what we can get. That's a lack of faith, y'all. You have to give up the bottle before you can grab the cup. I'm asking you, let's give up this wicked past and grasp a righteous future. A future based upon laws, a future based upon respect and dignity for all, a future that if we choose to use the economic system or if we choose to continue down a political system, those administrating the system will be held to the letter of the law, no exceptions. And if we find out you're breaking the law, you get it worse than the average person that's being governed or being ruled. But see, the leaders don't want to hear none of that. Now, that's the type of talk that gets your ass down there in the grave quick. Don't blow your cover. Let's jump to the news. Once again, for those just tuning in, there was a police officer in Detroit that was slain, a veteran officer of 16 years. People could be like, well, he's this or that or whatever. In my eyes, he was just a man trying to contribute the best way he could, utilizing the means he could to provide a better environment for the community in which he lived in. Now, I know all cops ain't like that. I know there's a lot of police officers that are basically criminals in disguise. They're criminals who did not blow their cover. That's Officer Dooley. But Dooley's basically raping the women, shaking down the men. I get that. You'll never hear me talk no nonsense. Like there's no such thing as a bad police officer. Because as long as there's bad citizens and the police comes out of the citizen population, of course there's going to be bad police officers. Brother Shannon, peace and power. Welcome to the show. The reason why this particular gentleman was killed, he was responding to a call. Basically, a boyfriend broke into the girlfriend's house. The boyfriend was saddened. He basically wanted to die. It was a suicide by cop thing, but he actually shot and killed the police officer that he apparently wanted to kill. We all know how suicide by cop works. But that's because parts of our society is broken. Now, there's always going to be people who wants to do suicide or harm to themselves. But I sincerely believe the vast majority of these folks only do it because they're damaged on the inside, in their soul and their psyche. And until a brother or sister, see, I can't talk to everybody. I can't reach everybody. But I may reach enough people to where we can reach everybody as a team. I might be putting these thoughts in your mind today, brother or sister, and after the show's over and you're living your life, you're out there in the street, you see a brother or sister in distress, you go and talk to them, and the words you say make such a difference in their life. We might just rescue the person from the despair of suicide, the despair of pain, the despair of loss. That's how this thing works. And that's why I'm here right now. Also, this is, I'll be honest, like a form of therapy for me, myself. I can feel the energy in the chat room. I can feel the love in the audience. I will go to the news now. And we're going to see what's going on together. Okay. This is crazy. Even left a dog over at grandma's house, and that's what she looks like. She almost looks exactly like this dog right here, with the little dots on her eyes. So when she's sleeping and still looks like she's awake. But let's get into the news. Terror returns to London. Knife men wearing fake suicide vests shot dead. Heroes stop more slashings. Hey, UK, how's that working out for you, disarming your citizens? So a guy with a pocket knife can come up in there and cut you up, and you got to wait for the bobbies to show up to shoot him. See, this is why I'm not a gun control advocate. Because second counts when your life is on the line. When someone's sitting there cutting your ass up, seconds count. Now Black Friday, 25% off. You know, Black Fridays used to be a little more. Sister Janice, peace and power. Welcome to the show. Glad you made it. What? Get out of here. This is my first time checking out the headlines. I'm just going off of what I saw up there at Walmart last night. Black Friday flat. Crowds thin out. That's crazy. Thank you, Most High. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still on the right path, and I'm still learning. This is incredible. Then if this signals what I think it signals, then the collapse is not far. Why did they call it Black Friday? You don't think so, Sister Kathy? You think this Black Friday nonsense is going to snap back? Oh, I mean, I hope it does, because I don't want to see an economic collapse. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to see the economic collapse, but I know one's coming. No money in rotation. Judah, you are correct. Money is a current. It has to flow. You start damming it up, we start getting depressions and recessions. Why do you think they use the term trickle down? That's water. You see, the way the game goes, the wealthy folks, the folks that have made the money off of the slavery, off the wars, off the blood, the human blood that has been shed, you're not taking that from those people. You're not taking it from, get that out your mind, brother and sister. You're not taking that from those people. Not in some sort of economic, work your way up through the corporate ladder kind of style. Now, if you do a French Revolution, yeah, sure, absolutely. You're going to take their head and then you're going to basically be debased and corrupted by outside forces. But this woman here coming out the door with all the goods in both hands represents an ideal. The ideal it represents is consumerism. Unabridged consumerism. That's what the society, the United States society right now is based upon. It's based upon a service-driven economic dynamics, meaning we used to be a manufacturing dynamics, similar to China. Sister Hunt, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Yes, yes, yes. It is so good to see these names pop up, because behind these names, there's a spirit. And it's good. A lot of what you're seeing here are not seen in these stores with people beating up each other and stepping on each other like savage animals. It's because that mental wavelength is going out there. We're having an effect. And Judah's correct. The corporation of America is suffering. The United States, it's a corporation. Now, that's for those who are in the know. Those who are uninitiated, yes, absolutely. It's a nation. Wave your flag, eat your cheeseburger, enjoy your apple pie. But those who are in the know, we know it's just a corporation, baby. And like any corporation, when that loan gets called in, if you cannot produce said resources, then we have to go into liquidation mode. Liquidity. We have to turn physical things, tangible things, into magical talismans, aka money. Now, in a national situation, we don't call it liquidity, we call it austerity, meaning your public waterworks are going to get privatized by the IMF. Your natural resources such as your coal, your copper, your gold, your silver. Because let's not get it twisted, y'all. And this is something that you probably won't hear in your history books, because I just learned it a few months ago, actually, talking. But one of the primary reasons why America was so successful, because during this time in human history, China was still manufacturing a lot of goods. When they were saying that Columbus was trying to find a way to India, which would actually equate to spices, he was also trying to find a way to China and getting those goods that they were making. At that time, the only thing that would work for the currency was silver, like international trade, if you want to look at it, was silver. That's what the Chinese were accepting and wanting and desiring. So when they found all that silver over here in the New World, which is actually, when you talk to other scholars, the Old World, that's why they drained this bad boy dry and still are. We represent, the United States of America represents 20-something% of the global economy, meaning that we are a huge consumer / debtor nation. That doesn't last forever. At one time, Rome, Italy, the Italian states were a huge player in the international trade market. Not so much today. One time, China was underneath the colonial thumb of the Queen, the President, and the Emperor. Who are they? Queen of England, President of the United States, Emperor of Japan. How do you think they grabbed up Hong Kong? Now, we keep playing games. We keep acting as if the gravy train will never end. Chickens will never come home to roost. And everything's going to be la-di-da-di. It's not. And I'm just saying this calmly, without emotion, without a glitter bug, without selling you a book or a tape. I'm telling you as a human being to another human being through the researches and channels that I have access to, and I have been very blessed. This thing here is only going to conclude in one way. The way a thing starts is the way it ends. It started in blood and fire, and it's going to end in blood and fire. I don't rejoice this day because I was sincerely hoping somewhere between the beginning blood and the end blood, there could be reconciliation and forgiveness, and that cycle could end. But apparently not. A lot of people's hearts are hardened towards each other. Some people may actually be happy to see other people die at the house. Oh, I'm glad they're gone. Blah, 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 blah. Some people enjoy seeing people in a sense of pain and agony or desperation. And those people happen to have power. They actually have the ability. They could either pour out the water or put the water up somewhere. They'll rather put the water up and watch you dehydrate. These are the people who are typically in power. You don't get to power being empathetic. You don't really get to power believing in righteousness. Not in the situation that we're in on this earth. It's been like this for a hot minute. This isn't a new thing. This didn't happen with the development of the United States. It didn't happen with the development of the Roman Empire. It didn't happen with the development of the Nubian Empire, the original empire. It happened when men and women stopped sincerely caring for one another. When all I care about is how can I get over on you? Not come up with you. Not strengthen you up so then you can strengthen me up when I'm down. No. None of that, sir. We're going to crush these people. We're going to keep them in ignorance in perpetuity, meaning that you're going to never know the truth. I know that a lot of the young people don't get a lot of the show topics. I mean, I know a lot of young people actually do. But some people are not psychologically mature enough to grasp the message in between the message, the underlying message. To those individuals, and I hope that there's a way that they can replay these shows and hear them again. When you see the things come to pass that we talk about on the show, whether it be myself, the guests, or the chatters or viewers, know this: you can still have a personal win. Now, the society's going to crash. Everything's going to go that way. But you can have a personal win if you choose righteousness over unrighteousness. That's it. I can elaborate. I can have allegories to describe it, but that's ultimately it. If you choose righteousness for thyself, you're going to win. If you don't, even if you win on earth, you still lose. Let that truly sink in. And I get it, man. When you're hungry, all you care about is that bowl of soup or package of noodles or maybe a sandwich or something. I know that's all because you want to sate that hunger in the belly. When you're feeling depressed and you want to feel love, you need a physical boost me up, and you go out here and you holler at some girl that you have no intentions of marrying. You have no intentions of dying for if someone was to attack her. You have no intentions of being there to help raise the babies and all that. But you go out there and you do that wicked shit anyways. Just know this: you might temporarily win, but in the long term, you're going to lose. Righteousness is the only way. Truth. I'd rather a person who hates my guts tell me that to my face than pretend to be my friend. Just so at my weakest point, bam, the knife in the back. Brother Derek, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Okay, let's continue. I don't know where I'm at on time. It seems like I've been talking for a minute, but whatever. Trump's first to use Patriot Act to detain man for what? Hold on. Trump is first to use to detain a man forever. Trump is first to use Patriot Act to detain a man forever. Unprecedented. For the 18-year-old or 18-year lifespan of war on terror, an obscure provision. Oh, come on, man. Really? Mid-sentence? I'm not going to pay. Hold on. What are they talking about? $1. I'm not buying your bull. I'm not buying it. I just want this touch on this and I'll move on. Provision of the Patriot Act permitting the indefinite detention of U.S. non-citizens has gone unused. Detention of U.S. non-citizens. I wonder exactly what that phrase kind of really means. But to keep a Palestinian man behind bars after he finished serving his sentence, the Trump administration has fired this bureaucratic something gun, some sort of Russian gun. Oh my gosh. Now in this late 50 has nearly the entire war of terror in cage. First picked up on an immigration violation in June 2002. He ended up standing trial alongside one suspected dirty bomber, Jose, whatever. Sentenced to 15 years. Wow. Wow. Perfect example. A lot of brothers and sisters, oh, he's a Muslim scumbag. And then other brothers and sisters, he's just a religious zealot. Doesn't represent the faith, but a perversion of it. And then other brothers and sisters, not my concern. Don't even care. I care only in the sense that I understand the Palestinian situation. Just like I understand the African American situation. I understand the South African situation. I understand the Mongolian situation. The people in Taiwan, I understand their situation. The man, if truly was an enemy combatant, and if he was a warrior fighting on an opposing team, wanting to kill, rape, destroy, blah, 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 then why not put him to death immediately? Why keep him in a cage and feed him and house him? Other than your buddy owns a private prison that's housing him and he's getting economic compensation. Why not just kill this individual and move on? It's war. People die in war. That's what it is. Is it not unusual to keep your enemy hostage forever? A prisoner? Shouldn't you just dispatch them, liberate them from life, and move on? And I thought we have laws saying that we don't engage in cruel or unusual punishment. You see, we all should know by now the abracadabra, the trick bag, slavery's done with unless you become a prisoner. The economics of the thing is what drives slavery. No, that's a lie. Economics is the outcome of slavery. Absolutely. If I have free labor and I can make stuff that you guys buy, so the next man who has to build a factory and has to pay free men and women to work up in there a decent wage so that those free men and women can provide for their baby, he can't compete against me and my slave factory over here. And you as a consumer, are you going to spend the extra dollar to support the free people so that they can live? Especially if you don't like the people who are working up in the factory. No, you're going to come to me. You're going to enjoy the same discount that I enjoy by having all the slaves over here. That's how it works. That's why I was totally shocked when you started seeing all these products. First, it was made in Taiwan. Then, boom, it was made in China. But we want to keep playing these damn games, man. We want to keep acting as if we don't know the real score. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I am not a Muslim, I'm not Arab, I'm not Islamic. I was brought up in the AME church. I was brought up to believe in the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, the Trinity and all that jazz. But since then, I understand that there's only one God. And if I'm wrong for believing that, then I guess I'm wrong. But I know I'm right. God doesn't share his power with no one. God is not born. God does not die. God is outside, other than in the spirit, what we commonly refer to as reality. But he's real. I know righteousness and I know unrighteousness. I willingly choose and willingly desire to be righteous, to be truthful, to be upright in the way I carry myself. And the check on that is when you interact with me, whether you send me an email or a message, you don't get no foolishness from me. I'll be the first one to say I love women. I was born of a woman. I'm married to a woman. I have respect for my cousins, my sisters. You don't see me talk crazy to you or any type of sexual BS or any of that, because I am wise enough to understand that when a person sends me information, they're not trying to look for no date. They're trying to look for a mouthpiece to get this information out here to the world. And that's the capacity that I move in. But a lot of men who ain't on that righteousness, they're not about that. No, they're about getting in those private messages. Hey, sister, come on over. Let's do this and let's do that. They're about that funny shit. Don't got time for that, y'all. Because that funny shit is where is why we're in the situation we're in now. We need righteous brothers and sisters. And sisters have a role to play in it too. They ain't just gonna be up there in the back. We're past that Stone Age shit. They have intellect. They may not be physically stronger on the average, but they have intellect. They have a sense of right and wrong, which is above strength and is above weakness and all that anyhow. We have to take the wisdom from where we can get it. Like I said early in the show, we can keep on holding on to these old things and never letting them go. Just hold them as tight as you can. Or you can let that old go. Open up your hands and get ready to grasp freedom, liberation, a righteous future, a future for all. There's no reason that any man needs to be held forever in captivity. If he's done something so wrong, so heinous, he should be put to death that day. That day, not 10 years, that day. While everything's fresh in everybody's mind. If we know he was there, he raped this poor girl, and then he chopped her up and he sauteed her with onions and potatoes, and he ate her up. We know he's a beast. We put him down right then and there. No, well, let's just wait 20, 30 years and then, maybe a governor will, say it's cool and pardon him. No, none of that. Because that's cruel and it's unusual. And it's actually a detriment to free men and women, because who's going to be flipping the bill for dude when he's not being productive? When he's sitting up there in that cell? Who's flipping the bill for that? And we also need to talk about this reality. The wealthier you are, apparently the more justice you get. Now, it does matter what, I guess, meat bag you're in to a certain degree, whether it's a woman meat bag, a male meat bag, a black meat bag, a white meat bag, a yellow meat bag, a pink meat bag, a brown meat bag, or yellow meat bag, whatever meat bag you might be occupying at this particular moment. But if you have enough magical talismans, even that can be kind of overlooked in this day and age to a certain degree. That's unrighteous. There's no reason why that Jeffrey Epstein business should be carrying on this low. The man was a pedophile, a creep, a freak. And even with that being known, there's so many unrighteous sisters out there that would still, but he's paid, true. He could be my real sugar daddy. Because right now I'm messing around with these sweet and low cats. I want a real sugar daddy. Tired of this imitation sweetener. That's because the spirit of so many women is not in the right place. It's not set upon that righteousness. Righteousness isn't hard. In fact, it's somewhat easy. People would be like, oh shit, it's kind of boring being righteous. Not enough drama. You're right. You see, when we have to have all these dramatizations of life just to spice our lives up, for one, you're not on the right path. Because you're on the right path, you're going to be satisfied. That's the check to know that you're on the right path. You ain't going to be bored. You ain't going to, because you're going to be busy doing what you need to be doing. The men and women who are running the country right now don't love us in any way, shape, or form. Now, they may love aspects or elements of the populace, but as a whole, your senators could give two shits about you. If they did care, they wouldn't let this drippy ass oil line up north basically pollute all the good fresh water up underground. They wouldn't allow that. If your representatives in the House truly loved you, they wouldn't allow the CIA and other entities to do medical experiments unbeknownst to you. They wouldn't allow that. I don't care how many. Oh, this is for national security. How do we know that you guys ain't agents of another situation and you want to destroy the nation? The best way to destroy the nation, it's a national secret. I can't let you know what's in these containers. You see, when you stop applying righteousness to all levels of a thing, that's when you open up the unrighteous. And they'll come right in because they're not going to break their cover. The unrighteous, they're not going to break their cover. You're going to think they're a friend to the bitter end, like Chucky. I'm your friend to the bitter end. Heidi ho. Or maybe that's Mr. Hanky. You know, let's go back. I mean, I literally just got down to the third story. And how here comes bring in the clowns. Busted. McDonald's balloon dragged from Thanksgiving Day parade. No, know why. San Francisco breaks cold record as Bay Area freezes. Global warming, climate change to get rebranded. What, to the Ice Age? Is that what they're going to finally rebrand this thing to? Once again, I told you guys, watch Brazil. I've been saying that for a while now. Some of the things are starting to come forth. Sex robots, customers swapping humans for AI dolls. There it is. I don't care what type of freak of a week you are, y'all. It's unnatural. It's unnormal to want to ejaculate or be stimulated by a piece of plastic, metal, wood, whatever materials other than flesh and bone. I'm not trying to alienate brothers and sisters who look true. I just can't relate to another human being. Have you met all 8 billion of us? But whatever. I can't relate to another human being. I need the sex doll because it's the only thing that understands me. Yeah. Stop being like that. All relationships is give and take. What it is, you want a relationship. Whenever you want something done, you hit a couple buttons and gets done. It don't really work like that. And you won't grow like that. You'll never grow just getting everything you desire and want. You're going to stay stagnant in almost a arrested developed mind. Because when you go through these strifes of life, you have to think outside the box to overcome these challenges. That's what this thing's all about. But if you're just sitting there constantly getting what you want, oh, I want a bologna sandwich, you get it. Oh, I want a steak mignon, you get it. I want shrimps and a salad, you get it. I want whatever, and you're always getting it. Instead of no, and then you're like, what? Oh, shit, that means I got to get up and go up in this kitchen and work and whip up something myself? Yes, it makes you stronger. Then you might find, hey, I like this other stuff as well. Now, monkeys infect humans with fatal herpes strain in first case. What the hell is going on in this world? Exotic animals perish in fires at Ohio Wild Park. A lot of fires. Binge porn kills orgasm with real life partners. It's almost every headline in some way is going back to what we're talking about here. Binge porn kills, or that goes back to being selfish. You don't want to deal with the girl or dude that you should be making love with, and once again, sincerely, y'all, could you please try to have sex to make babies, please? I mean, could you put the condoms and the birth control and the jerk before your squirt method? Could you put all that crap to the side? And can we just come together and make some babies for a hot minute? Maybe, the next 80, 70 years. Actually show this woman you love her. Actually showing this man you love him. He's worthy of reproduction. She's worthy of reproduction. And make some beautiful children and raise them, not just make them. And there's a part 2 to this. I don't want people, True Power just told me to make a baby. He didn't say shit about raising one. No, and build a family. The ultimate goal is to build a family unit. If you guys could please do that for humanity, I'd be greatly appreciative. Instead of sitting here in your little apartments or your little houses, basically masturbating with a robot up here, or looking at some sort of video and getting down. Get a woman, get a man, make some babies, live life a little bit. Live life a little bit. I'm not even going to touch the bestiality aspect, because they put this down in a reason. They get your mind on sex, blah, 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 robot. But it's not normal sex. This is all wicked, perverted sex. And then they hit you with monkey infects humans with fatal herpes strain first case. That's just diabolical. I don't even want to get into that. Don't want to know how maybe the monkey's throwing that feces at you. Once again, you don't have no business locking up nothing. Yes, I'm calling it for what it is. Those zoos, the wildlife game shit, all that shit should be shut the fuck down and not allowed to exist on the whole planet. I mean, go to war. Let's go to war and liberate some damn animals from the fucking zoos. Because that psychologically lets people, it's okay to oppress other beings. And animals are beings. I know people don't want to accept this. Well, true, you're losing your mind. No, animals are beings, deserving of freedom. Now, if they want to chill with you, they can chill with you. If they don't, they don't. Now, let's see. Looks like a little brother died living his dream. He fell 600 feet and died. Not enough babies being born to replace population. Birth rate plummets to 30-year low. California OC Weekly shuts down after 24 years. Now, once again, that goes back to those, everybody business and where you do realize most companies will not make it 100 years. So you just think about that when little Bobby or little Sally, Daddy, Mommy, can you come to the play with me? No, I got to go to work and do this overtime. You think about it. That company you're wasting your damn time with ain't even going to be around. But that child of yours still will be missing memories that you and them could have made. Keep your priorities right. And don't get carried away with that. I know you got to make your money and got to pay your bills. But we can work on this liberation things. We can get back to building families instead of building basically unrighteous corporations and companies that will dominate the economic sphere. So even if you try to live righteous, they can make laws saying that, nope, you can't live like that. Nope, you got to allow same sex this or even worse. Let's go past the same sex because I know that's such a touchy subject. Let's go past that. Nope, you got to allow this man who screws a frog to go up to your schools and tell young people how beautiful it is to be in a relationship with an animal. How the animal completes him or her as a person. You got to do that by law. Also, if you don't make enough money, and let's say that you're actually heterosexual, you actually have the audacity to have normal sex. If you don't make enough money, then by law, this baby has to be recycled or aborted or terminated. You think they can't make a law like that? You better watch. You better watch. If they say that you can do something, they also say you can't do something as well. Okay. Mexico has the strongest president in decades. Remember the Alamo. Remember the Alamo. Because, the only thing that's keeping war from this here continent is because the United States is so far advanced that anybody who tries to attack us by land, they ain't going to be burning down the White House ever again. Not on foot. And that's to you, Canada. We ain't forgotten about that one either. I'm just joking there, Paul, if you're listening. But back to these horrible stories. Chile, billionaire leader's legacy swept away by unrest. In order for you to be a billionaire, there has to be people who are homeless. Japanese restaurants rocket to top of best in world's list. Dog pee. I don't. Yuck. Okay, hold on. Now it looks like we're in some sort of sports deal. Italian police discovered a plot to create. What? Italian police discovered. Oh, now you got to move it around. Soon as okay, hold on. I want you guys to see this with your own eyes so you know I'm not lying. Italian police discovers a plot to create a new Nazi party. I mean, have these people not been to Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach lately? California in general? I mean, how can you make something new that's in existence right now? Oh, well. Nightmare prepares brain for real anxiety-provoking situation. Okay. And most of these other news stories seem to be just basic distractions. Shut down Amazon. You guys keep on playing games. Amazon's about ready to put you all out of work. They ain't going to need you guys in a hot minute. It's going to be all automation. They'll rather deal with just the wealthy people anyhow. People be like, well, what about the poor? They don't care about poor people at all. Okay, here we go. This is what I thought. Black Friday chaos sweeps the other parts of the world. Other parts of the world. So I guess the United States is having a bit of a, let's just say, bump down. Woman in Habji fights over vacuum cleaner at Walmart. Boris Johnson opponent attacks his character. Yeah, he seems like a real character. How many children does he have? Oh, so he's one of those type guys. Oh, children all out of wedlock. Trade war. Well, it's pretty one-sided, sister. If it's a trade war and we don't even make nothing, what do we trade? Well, China, I tell you what, we'll trade our dollars for your goods. What does China buy from us? I mean, they get our secret technology because we had to put the files on their computers and systems. But what do we make for China? They make their own guns now. They get their missiles and stuff from Russia. It seems like everybody's getting their drones from Israel. It can only be a trade war if two parties have something to trade. Brother Junior, K Junior, welcome to the show. Peace and power. Revered relic of the nativity heads back to Bethlehem. And what happened up here? French protester dropped charges against killers of Jewish teachers, or French prosecutor drops charges against killer of Jewish teacher. Singapore orders Facebook to correct users' social media posts. China seeks to root out deep fake with new content rules. And Saudi Arabia frees some detained riders. This is the world in which you live in, y'all. Like I said, don't let this junk get you down. Don't let the holiday season get you down. Whether you want to accept this fact or not, happiness is just a state of mind. And brothers and sisters, I ask you to control your mind. Control it. Don't blow your cover. Desire righteousness. Stay on the course of liberation. And either we get the total victory or we get our individual victories. Freedom is only free for those who are willing to let go of the old oppression and grasp the future freedom. This will conclude TPIM SR Live for today. Today's date, November 29, 2019, the year of our Lord. Brother Chris, welcome to the show. Peace and power to you. I sincerely ask you to live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, please let's try to be kinder to one another. Peace and power, unity and victory, dignity and respect, liberation. I'm out.